here answering questions for you before my kids get up. Welcome, welcome. Thank you so much for being here. If we have not met yet, my name is Lee. So excited that you are here. And I am a stay-at-home mom of four. I am from Washington State. I would love to know where you are tuning in from. Let me know in the comments where you are from. Welcome. Let me in the comments where you're tuning in from. I am in Washington State in the beautiful Pacific Northwest. And we're going to have people jumping on here from around the world, around the US. And this is an amazing way for us to be able to hang out, in this world that we're living in 2024, and to be able to connect with people from around the world, like globally, right? So let me know where you're from. I would love to know where it is that you're tuning in from. So welcome, welcome. Thanks for joining in. If at any time you want to go check things out, this is my website, empoweredpassiveincome.com. But I'm going to be here today answering all of your questions about making $900 daily pay. Now, that number just blew my mind. Like, that did not seem real. I would have probably scrolled right past this and said, okay, that's not real. That doesn't sound real. That is crazy. But I jumped in. I'm going to explain how this all works. And I can tell you 100% that it is real from my own experience now. So I started about 2 months ago, 8 weeks ago, jumped in, and I have totally shocked myself. I never would have imagined having $900 payments come in, seeing $900 hitting my bank account. And so it has been totally life-changing for me, life-changing for my family, life-changing for the time that I've gotten back in my day, because this is all everything that I'm going to be sharing with you today on my whiteboard. This is all going to be based around, or it's based around a 2-hour workday. So I have gotten so much of my time back. As a stay-at-home mom, like, you don't have gobs of time, right? You've got other responsibilities. I've got kids to shuffle around, dinner to make, laundry to do, all of those things. And I never imagined in the little bit of time that I had in my day that I would be able to make $900 and $600 and $300, and seeing those sales come in an automated way, in a passive way. Yes, there's work. Yes, nothing in life, you're going to just get money in your bank account, right? You need to show up. You need to follow our 2-hour workday. You need to complete income earning tasks. I'm going to be walking you through this whole entire system. But I want to start out with a question for you. Now, we're talking about $900 daily pay. Now, this isn't probably going to happen right off the bat for everybody, right? You need to learn skills to be able to make this happen. But if you were to jump in and then a few months down the road, you've built up your skills and you know how to make this happen on a daily basis in 2 hours a day, once you get to the point of seeing those sales come in regularly and you see that amount hitting your bank account on a daily basis, because that's what this is about, is helping you earn daily pay. So $900 on a daily basis is $328,000 in the year, right? So if you did that $900 every day, 365 days, $328,000, how would that change your life? What would you be able to do? Like, you could finally go on that trip that you never thought was even possible. You could get debts that paid off that you didn't think you were going to get paid off for decades. You could, tell your boss you're not coming back to work. Like, what would this mean for you? What would it mean for your family? Would it mean that you could actually have time with your kids again? Would it mean that, you could actually be able to go on a date with your husband or wife? Like, what would $328,000 do for you? And how would that make you feel, right? That'd be pretty amazing, right? And so this is what we're going to be breaking. I'm going to be breaking this all down for you about how you can make $900 daily pay. This is much, much simpler than you think. It's much, much easier than you think. It doesn't take putting in gobs of hours. It doesn't take, working all day long to make this happen. Because a lot of times we look at this number and go, okay, that's not real. But we're coming at this from a place of working for a salary, working for, we're trading our time for dollars. We're going sitting at a job and waiting for a paycheck to come in. And so you might, be looking at a dollar salary and you're going, okay, that Okay. All right. I think we're ready to go. And there we are. Good. Okay. So this is inside of our community. I already shared with you my own wins, and like I never even imagined what it would be like to have $900 hitting my bank account till it actually happened, right? Like I pretty much fell to the ground when that $900 came in because I had never seen that amount coming in before, like all at one time, right? And so this is inside of our community, and I'm under the window. Um, there's a whole ton of things here inside of our community. You can come and get your questions answered. There's this search bar that's amazing. There's training. There's mentoring happening. Today we're having a tech call if you've got any sort of tech questions about anything. There's calls for you to be able to make sure that you have the help that you need. But I love this win page. This is what I'm going to be taking you through right now. And people come here and they share their wins. So we've got people, coming in from literally around the world. Your customer base will be around the world, right? When you have the internet, you've got social media at your fingertips. You can help people. You can have customers from literally around the world. So this is from South Africa. Tiffany, I absolutely love this one because it shows what's possible. So Tiffany, she says, gaining traction, $3,100 in the last 2 weeks. The back-to-back payment notification days are increasing. I'm so excited to help more and more busy parents have 10,000 plus months. And so these back-to-back payment notification days are increasing. That is what I love about this because you may not see results right away. You may not have sales on that daily basis right away, but you will build up the skills to where your sales are coming in more frequently. And then suddenly you're to the place where you're having sales on a daily basis. And that's how you're able to hit that $900. That's how you're able to, $900 on a daily basis. Again, that's $328,000 for the year. Joanne, she says, best job ever, day 12 of her 90-day sprint. So right now, every 90 days, we have like a focused sprint or a run where we're focused on making $30,000 over that 90 days. We're getting mentoring as part of that from a 7-figure earner. And so this is day 12. She made her first sale of $900. So amazing to see those results, come in that quickly, just 12 days in. And already making money. So all right, and you can just go on and on here. So we've got Tony, $3,600 in 3 weeks. So he just had his 4th sale this morning. So he apparently 4 all in one day, which is amazing for him. So Marie, $30,000 in 2 months. Today was exactly 2 months for me, and with the sale that came in that day, that brought her total up to $30,000. Like these are, real results from real people just like you that are doing this, that have jumped in, that have said, hey, I'm done with my situation, how it is. I'm done with, the current situation of my family's finances, and I'm ready to do something about it. So we've got Elva. She said $3,900 so far in July. The blueprint works. We have 8 days to go in July. She goes on to say, and she's been committed to showing up every day, and her time and effort is paying off. So $3,900 just this month, and she's just getting started. She's still learning, and those results, when you show up consistently, when you're coachable, these are the types of results that people are getting, right? And so it could just go on and on. Like we've got another $1,800 on my 10-hour drive to Nashville. So the beauty of automations, my friend, that's why we show up on the daily, to keep this freedom machine oiled. God is good. So just in a 10-hour drive, she's sitting there driving, maybe got kids in the car, and $1,800 comes in. So that would have been, probably 2 $900 sales is how that would work out. So she had $200 or 2 $900 sales all happen on the same day. So, even more than just daily pay, like people are doing this and seeing multiple sales in a day in some cases. So, Eniola, 10,000 in 3 weeks. To $300, so $600, $300 upgrade. But it just, it really just goes on and on. I could keep sitting here all day, and there's going to be new results coming in. There's going to be, new wins coming in, and I could refresh here in like another minutes, and you're going to see more wins that are coming in. So and get my phone people taken care of here. And but it's so incredible and inspiring to see these amounts of money being made. And even, to have, say, $10,000 months, that may have sounded like not doable for you. It may have sounded not real, but this is kind of like a standard. It's kind of the norm inside of the community, is to see people hitting these sorts of numbers. And so you're going and you're looking at, $10,000 months, or, $30,000 in the last couple of months. And you're like, wow, like you suddenly start realizing what's possible and what is possible for you. Right. And you realize, okay, how could that change my life? Like if I jumped in and started learning these skills, that could really change my life. And so I'm going to go ahead and remove this. And then I'm going to go ahead and continue, because I'm going to break all of this down for you. So you saw the 10-hour drive to Nashville and having 2 sales come in via the automation. So you might be wondering, okay, what is that all about? And this is simply an automation system that is out there working for you, helping you bring in those sales at 900, 600, 300, 100. This automation system, these products, I want to mention, these products are all done for you. So you don't have to go out and create something. You don't have to go out and reinvent the wheel. All of the products, have been proven to work. You're seeing the results inside of our community. You don't have to touch them or do anything to them. So there you get them and they're done. Like it's a one-time investment, over, done. As soon as you choose which product you want, then you're done. You can cross that off of the list. And so the next piece of this is those automations. And like with the products are done, this is 90 to 95% done for. So you've got about 5 to 10% that you actually need to go and set up yourself. The rest of it is done. You don't have to figure out the tech behind building the automation. You don't have to figure out a sales funnel that actually works. You get our proven sales funnel, our proven sales automation system. And so this is another one. Once you walk through this little bit of setup, you can go and you could be done with that today, to jump in, follow along with our videos. They're going to walk you through step by step by step. Like literally anybody can do this. We have, 78-year-old guy in the group who has done this, who has his automation set up. He's got his products. He's following the 2-hour blueprint, and he is seeing thousands of dollars come in. 78 years old. Like, okay, if a 78-year-old can do this, you can do this, right? And so this is super easy to be able to walk through. Again, there's videos that walk you through step by step by step, the system to be able, or how to get this automation part finished setting up. Again, 90 to 95% is done for you. There's about 5 to 10% that you need to complete, because you need to have your own website. So again, this is mine here. You're going to put in the 3 W's and then empoweredpassiveincome.com. That's going to take you to see how all of this works. You're going to get to see the automation system in action. You're going to get to look at which products might be right for you. And, if this is a decision, if this is a good fit for you and your family, to be able to bring in that daily pay. So again, this 5 to 10%, you're simply going to set up your own website. That might scare you. You might have like, okay, I've got no idea. The web pages are done for you. They're going to walk you through step by step how to get your name set up so people can go to your website, and so that you can get payments directly. The other piece of this that you're going to get walked through step by step to have your automation set up is your payment gateways. Now, that's simply the place where your customers go to be able to pay you, because with this, you are getting 100% profit because your customers pay you directly. So you're not going to have to, you're not getting a commission. The money's not going to somebody else and then you're having to wait for it. The money's not going to somebody else and then, they take a large cut of it and you're getting a small portion. You get 100% on those, the 900, the 600, the 300, the 100. All of those are at 100% because you have your automation set up. You have your web pages set up. where you're receiving payments directly from your customers. So that is why, this is not an MLM. So a lot of people ask, like, is this an MLM? Like, what is going on? Is this a pyramid? How does this work? No, you own these products. It is what is called master resale rights. And so with that, you are able to make 100% profit because you're getting those payments directly. So hopefully that makes sense and clears things up there. But you cannot really go anywhere else, right? And make that sort of, profit. Where else are you going to make 100% profit and, be able to make 100% profit on 900, 600, 300, 100? That's how you're seeing the results inside of our community. That's how I've been able to get my own results, is because I haven't had to be the little hamster on the wheel that's doing all of the work and then only making a little bit in the process. Like, I have made that 100% have that coming into my bank account. This is all happening through the automation system. And again, once you follow through with the videos and you're going through step by step, following along how to get your payment gateway set up, how to get your website set up. Again, mine is empoweredpassiveincome.com. You can go there to get started. I'm actually going to be live with my people today for private mentoring. So inside of our community, you're going to have access to 6 and 7 figure earners, thousands of people inside of our community that are having success with this. It's a wonderful place to be able to get your questions answered. But I actually do my own private training, my own private mentoring, because I want you to know that you have a place to come. I want you to know that you know somebody where you're going to know that you have the help to be able to be successful with this. So that is happening today. And I do that on a weekly basis because I want you to know that I believe in you and that you can do this. So once you walk through those videos of getting your automations set up, you can go ahead and check that off the list. That could happen today. Of you jump in, walk through the videos, and by tonight you have these automations all set up and they're out there working for you. So with these automations, it's about freeing up your life. It's about having a freedom system that's out there working for you. When you have automations running in the background, that's how you're seeing people, like driving 10 hours to Tennessee. It's because they have that automation system that's out there working for them, that they're able to see those kinds of sales, able to see $1,800 come in, while they're driving. There's other people putting their kids to bed and sales come in. Other people going out to the movies and sales come in. So I want you to think for a second, what would that feel like for you to be able, today you could have this automation set up, and then by tomorrow, you wake up tomorrow. What would that feel like, knowing that you have a system that is proven to work, it works, that it brings in sales, and that you have that out there working for you? Like, you could wake up tomorrow morning and you could have, this pretty much entirely different life, having an automation system like this out there. And so, like this, I cannot tell you, as a mom of 4 kids, I cannot tell you how much this has freed up my life. Having an automation system where I know that it's working in the background, that it's able to bring in sales for me without me having to actually be there, without me having to grind harder, put in more hours, put in more time. So I'm going to tell a little bit of my story. And so this was about a month ago. And so I was going through this whole process. This setup for me was actually very quick. So it was a day to have this set up. And then I started learning, which our next part that we're going to talk about, I started learning our 2-hour workday. I started learning how this all works. And so about 4 weeks ago is when sales started coming in, following this blueprint, following this process. And I had all my automation set up. They're all, running in the background for me. And so, actually put the baby down for a nap and laid down with on the couch for a second, while she was sleeping. And I'm like, okay, I'm just gonna relax for a few minutes. Got up a few minutes later and I looked at my phone. I had $100 sale come in from the automations. I had no idea it was coming. I had no idea, anything was in the pipeline, because I had this system out there. I had this freedom machine out there working for me. And so this, I like that $100 than $1,000 because I'm going, okay, this works. Like this automation system works. This whole process works. This blueprint works. So I packed the kids up and we went out to ice cream to celebrate because I'm like, this is amazing. If I have, this automation system that's out there working for me and one sale came in, that just means that I can do this over and over and over again, right? And so we were out celebrating and the story gets even better. Like the, $100, that's cool. But we were out celebrating and a $900 sale came in via the automation system. I had no idea that was going to happen. I had no idea it was coming, but it was happened because of the automation system. So that was $900, $100. That's $1,000 in a single day that I made from having an automation system like this, from having highly in demand products that were done for me so I could hit the ground running. I didn't have to spend the next 6 months trying to come up with something, trying to come up with the automation that works. They're all done for me. Once you go through the setup, you can check that off the list. Done. Products done. And so that leaves you with really one thing that you are responsible for on a daily basis. And this is simply helping other people discover how this works, helping other people discover our 2-hour blueprint, helping other people discover how they can have automations that are out there working for them and how they can be bringing in life-changing amounts of income, how they can be bringing in $900 sales, $600 sales, $300 sales, $100 sales. And it's simply following a 2-hour daily process, daily blueprint. And so this is 2 hours that's done on your schedule, whenever is convenient for you. So like right now, my kids are asleep. They're still, it's West Coast here. They're still in bed. They're about to wake up here soon, but I will have most of this done before they're even up. Other people, if you've got kids, you might have pockets in the day of when you might have time to work. You might be working a full-time job and then you've got maybe a lunch break and maybe a little time after work. It's however best this 2 hours fits in your day. But this is about following a proven process. It's about following, what is working for other people. And for this 2 hours, I'm going to break this exactly down, but this has given me so much time back in my day. And, a few weeks ago, I was looking at this and like, how am I even going to come up with 2 hours? I've actually, because it's summer and I've got kids home, I've actually been doing, less than this and it's still working. So you don't necessarily need to have the full 2 hours. I've been doing more like, an hour and a half. And so I'm going to walk you through exactly, what this looks like for me. And I will say that I didn't think that I could do this. I was completely skeptical. But I did. Now looking back, it's like, wow, that was much easier than I thought, much simpler than I thought. And this 2 hour, our work day is actually gives me energy for the day. It's not draining. It's not like exhausted, like, oh, I have to work really hard for 2 hours and then I'm worn out for the rest of the day. So this is actually very life giving. And so with this 2 hours, I'm going to break this exactly down. But part of it is jumping into our community and plugging in and getting coaching and getting training. So part of it is even like learning. So if you're somebody like me who is saying, I love to learn, like I'm a lifelong learner, that is part of your day. So like it hardly even counts as work, right? It's just something fun that gets me inspired. And we have like right now we're in the middle of a 90-day success sprint to make $30,000 in the next, over those next 90 days. That's $10,000 months. And so with that, we've got, 6-minute little training. So that's an example of, today I'll be plugging into that, watching a 6-minute video. And so that'll be part of my 2 hour workday is getting that mentoring from a 7-figure earner. You cannot go anywhere else to do this. Like you cannot have that level of support and have mentoring calls. So yesterday we had a mentoring call with, a 7-figure earner to be able to have that mindset of a, 7-figure earner CEO. You cannot go anywhere else and get that without having ongoing costs. So there are no ongoing costs. Like the community is part of it. The mentoring is part of it. getting those 90-day success prints is part of it. And so you're going to be, having access to 6-figure and 7-figure earners, but you're not going to be paying monthly for it. You're not going to be paying ongoing for it. So when I found that out, I'm like, yes, sign me up, because anything else out there, any sort of community that you're looking at, any mentoring, any masterminds, any coaching, like there is ongoing costs with that, right? You're going to pay on a monthly basis to have access. With this, nothing, like absolutely nothing. It's a one-time investment. And then you have that mentoring, you have all of that access to 6-figure, 7-figure earners for life. And this is part of our 2-hour workday. The other part of our 2-hour is creating 3 pieces of content. And so these are short pieces of content, and they're basically your real estate on social media. So 3 pieces of content. And these are simple, like 1 to 2 minute videos where you're simply, sharing your story, where you're sharing about how this works. These take about 15 to 30 minutes of my day to be able to put together. Now, I did have to start from scratch. I did have to learn how to do all this stuff myself. Like, it wasn't perfect. It's still not perfect. I'm still learning, but it goes to show that you don't have to be perfect for this to work. You don't have to know what you're doing for this to work. You can jump in right where you're at. And so you guys over here on TikTok, I love you guys. This platform, like, I didn't even have the app before. I actually had to go out and get it because I knew that I wanted to utilize TikTok as part of my 2-hour workday, that I wanted to post my 3 pieces of content there. And so I did have to actually go and install it. I had never even installed the app before. I had to go and create an account. So literally I got started brand new from scratch, got my account created, 0 followers, 0. I had no idea what I was doing. I had no idea how to make even 1 piece of content. So I jumped in and I followed, again, every single piece of this. You're going to know exactly what to do, because there's trainings that cover it all. And so you're not going to go, okay, I've got no idea how to create pieces of content. I have no idea what to say. I have no idea what to do for that. You're actually going to feel very confident and comfortable doing that, because you're going to know exactly how to do it, and how to do it in a way that's effective, how to do it in a way that's going to help with this whole discovery system. So again, you can go here to see how this all works. Go here to 3 W's. You're going to put that in depending on your browser. You probably need to have those put in, and then empoweredpassiveincome.com. You're going to enter your email, and you're going to be taken to the automation system. You're going to get to see the exact thing that you get, and you're going to be able to look through these products and see how our 2-hour workday, can make this huge difference in your life. You're going to be able to see how having an automation system can free up your life. You guys, I cannot tell you how amazing having a 2-hour workday, having an automation system that's out there working for you, bringing you in 100% profit sales, 900, 600, 300, 100, and having those amounts hitting your bank account. I cannot tell you what that feels like. You will not know what that feels like until you experience it yourself. So as part of our 2-hour workday, there's the 3 pieces of content, and then the other piece of that is kind of the either or. So it's either going live on social media, whatever platform that is for you. So right now I'm live, here with you guys on YouTube, over here on TikTok. You can do Facebook, you can do, wherever it is that you're active. And then the other piece of that, if you're like, okay, could not do that, the other option for you instead of that is copy and paste ads. Like, if you can copy and paste text, you can do these. They're free ads. You're never going to pay. You're never going to have ongoing costs to have your business running. And so these are simply copying and pasting to free ad sites where people are going to look for ways to make money online, where people are going to look for ways to be able to provide for their family. And you're simply copying and pasting ads to certain locations, whatever location you want to. It could be in the US. If you're in the US, it could be, even if you're in the US, you could copy and paste ads to another country. Like, this is a global world. It's a global customer base that you can have. So those copy and paste ads is the other option instead of doing lives. And so you're simply copying and pasting proven text. Like literally a monkey could do this. Anybody could do this, right? And so that is part of the 2 hour workday, is either, going live for about an hour. I've been doing about 45 minutes. So that's why I say I'm not nearly at the 2 hours, but it's either going live or copying and pasting ads to ad sites. So that's a 2 hour workday. But I want you to think, if you could learn this 2 hour workday, if you could learn how to help people discover your system, if you could learn, how to change other families' lives through this. And simply all this discovery system is about getting people into your automation system. It's about helping them learn about those products. And again, you can see all of this in action by going to my website. You need to put in the 3Ws and then empoweredpassiveincome.com. And this is you're going to be able to see all of this in action. You're going to be able to see, everything that you get as far as your automations, the emails you get, the web pages that you get. All of those were already set up and done for me. So I didn't have to have any tech skills. I didn't have to go and figure out how to build a website. I didn't figure out how to go and, have emails that are going to follow up with customers for me or follow up with leads for me. This is about, freeing up my life. It's about having the automation system do the bulk of my work. All right, so with this discovery system, people go to your website and they're going to put in your email. They're going to get into your automation system and they're going to be able to, as soon as they put in their email, they're actually going to be taken to a page with a video where it's going to walk them through how this whole process works with the products, with having the automation system. And then from that point, they're going to start getting follow-up emails as far as, are they interested? And this is an amazing way that it is completely rejection free, where you're not going to have to, follow up with people. You don't have to DM people. The automation system's doing all of your work, and your leads are going to decide for themselves either, no, this is not right for me, or yes, this would be amazing to have a 2 hour workday. Yes, this would be amazing to have done for me products that I don't have to go and create. Yes, this would be amazing to have a done for me website, done for me sales automation system that I didn't have to create, that is proven to work. I would love to be able to, jump in and learn the skills to make $900, $600, $300 on a daily basis. And they're going to say, okay, yes, that's when they're going to come to your website with your payment gateways that you set up. And that is how you're able to take those payments at 100% profit that are coming directly to you and not going to anybody else. So as soon as that happens, when somebody discovers your system, again, this is so much easier than you think. So somebody's going to discover your system, go up to your website, Empowered Passive Income. This is mine. You're going to have your own, but for mine, and to get started today, this is empoweredpassiveincome.com. And you most likely, depending on your browser, do need to put in those W's to make that work. So they're going to come in, they're going to be able to decide for themselves, like either yes or no. And 1 in 20 people that hear about this are saying, yes, I would love to be able to listen. I cannot tell you, like, that is amazing. 1 in 20 people, that is an incredible conversion on that. And so then at that point, what happens is they will become your new customer. And so this is how you're able to have 100% profit. This is how you're able to keep, $900. It's not going to somebody else. You're not having to lose out a bunch of money to, wherever, to send to another company. You're getting that 900%. You're getting that $900 at 100% profit because it's coming directly to you via your website, via your payment gateways, directly into your bank account. So that is, again, it's why this is not an MLM. It's why it's not a pyramid, is that you are getting 100% profit. Like, you cannot, that is not how an MLM works. That's not how a pyramid works. Usually, somebody ahead of you is getting something, or like somebody down the line from you, you're going to be making money off of them, right? This is not that business model. This is 100% profit because you are receiving those payments directly. All right, so I'm going to go ahead and hop off here in just a second, but I want to leave you with one final question, and I want to be able to answer any questions that you guys have. Drop them in the comments. Let me know, because that's what I am here for, is to be able to help you make the right decision, help you know which product is right for you, and help you know, like, if this is the right decision for you to be able to have a 2-hour workday that fits with your schedule, that fits with your family schedule, to be able to have this automation system, to be able to learn the skills to make money online. I would love to be able to answer any questions, but I want to leave you with one final thought. And that is, if you could jump in today and start learning these skills and start seeing $900 coming in to your bank account, and get to a place, again, it's not probably going to happen right off the bat, but if you could jump in and a few months from now, 2025, Christmas comes, 2025 comes, and then you jump in, oops, not 900,000, $900, and you're doing that on a daily basis. You're going from seeing sales of once a week to, twice a week to 3 times a week, and you build up your skills, you build up your skill set, you're learning, you're plugging in, you're being coachable, you're getting that training, and you go from seeing $900 sales, occasionally, to a place where you're making this on a daily basis. And then that, again, that's 328,000 for the year. I want to leave you with one final thought, one final question for you, of what would that do for you? How would that change your family's life? How would that make you feel? So 328,000. Again, could you, take the family on a cruise that you could have never afforded before? Could you tell your boss you're not coming back? Could you, what else? Get those debts paid off. That's what it is for me. So, being able to, send in that check, like, imagine what that would be like if you've got student loans, you've got a car payment, but sitting down, writing out your, maybe an electronic transfer in this day and age, right? Sit down, you pull out your computer, type in that amount to be able to get your car paid off, to be able to get your student loans paid off, maybe even to get a house paid off. So we just had somebody inside of our community actually go and pay cash for a house, or nearly cash for a house, because she had made 300 and something, like 80,000, almost 400,000 in a year. That is what is happening, when you're seeing $900, when you're building up those skills to be able to have $900 on a daily basis. It's not going to happen immediately. It's not going to happen probably from day one, but to get to a place where, let's say 2025, you're seeing $328,000 in 2025. How would that change your life? I'm going to stick on just for a minute longer to be able to answer any questions that you might have about this, because this is an amazing system. And I had so many questions when I was first getting started a few weeks ago. I had no idea what it was. Like, it sounded too good to be true. I was completely skeptical. I'm like, how does this work? Like, how can I make 100% profit? How can I make $900 sales? I totally didn't understand. But I got my questions answered, and I was able to jump in. And now I'm seeing this. I'm seeing this a reality. I'm seeing $900 come in at a time. I'm seeing $600 come in at a time. And the money stacks up so much faster than my old life of making $10 on a sale or $20 on a sale. Like, this is life-changing amounts. And I want you to catch that glimpse of what this can do for you. I never imagined, just a few weeks ago, that I would be sitting here telling you that this system works, telling you that I've made $900 sales and $600 sales and $300 sales, telling you that I've made $2,900 just in a matter of a few weeks. So again, I am here to be able to answer any questions, and I will be jumping on again tomorrow. I am here every day, Monday through Friday, to be able to answer your questions. So again, this is the website to go to, is 3Ws and then empoweredpassiveincome.com. Thank you so much for hanging out with me today, and I will see you back here tomorrow.